Hey, Pastor Josh here. We're reading Genesis chapter 7, verses 1 through 5. Then the Lord said to Noah, Go into the ark, you and all your household. Here is the command for Noah to go into this provision of salvation. The provision of salvation being the ark in Noah's situation. Our situation, the provision for salvation, is the cross of Christ, is Jesus Christ himself. And so we can find ourselves being spared the wrath of God. We can find ourselves being freed from the punishment of our sin by trusting in Jesus Christ, by getting into the ark, if you will, which in our case would be Jesus Christ. He is our ark. He is our provision of salvation today. And so Noah received the command, and as we see here at the end of our little section here, Noah did what the Lord commanded him to do. Then the Lord goes on to say, For I have seen that you are righteous before me in this generation. An attitude to change. Noah was a righteous man. He was a good man. Was he a perfect man? No. And in fact, we will see a story about him after the flood that shows he was not sinless and absolutely perfect. But he was righteous. Of course, Noah would be a type of Christ, who was the true righteous person, the most righteous, the perfect and sinless person. And so Noah was the hope for humanity. Noah was the hope for his family, and Jesus, of course, is the hope for humanity now, except Jesus was absolutely sinless. He wasn't just regular old righteous. He was fully righteous, perfectly righteous. He had no sin in him at all. Verse 2, Take with you 7 pairs of all clean animals. Now you may be saying, whoa, whoa, whoa. I thought Noah was supposed to take 2 of each kind. Seems to be a contradiction here. He's saying 7 pairs of all clean animals, and there's the distinction right there, is clean animals that would have been acceptable for sacrifices, animals that Noah could have sacrificed on the ark. And so in our mindset, worship did not cease while Noah was on the ark. Throughout the entire flood, which is a long time, we're told that it rained for 40 days and 40 nights. But the time that Noah was in the ark was far longer than just those 40 days and 40 nights. And Noah and his family still worshiped the Lord, and part of that worship would have involved sacrificing clean animals unto the Lord. So he's bringing 7 pairs of all clean animals, the male and his mate, and a pair of the animals that are not clean, the male and his mate. And there is your clarification there, is that it's only 2 of the unclean animals, but those that are clean, there are 7 pairs of each. The male and his mate, verse 3, and 7 pairs of the birds of the heavens also, male and female, same reason, for sacrifices, to keep their offspring alive on the face of all the earth. For in 7 days I will send rain on the earth, 40 days and 40 nights, and every living thing that I have made I will blot out from the face of the ground. And Noah did all that the Lord had commanded him. So see right here, he says he will send rain and he will blot out. That's a promise for us to claim. It's a negative promise for us to claim, one that we must believe, is that God is going to judge the world. God is going to make all things correct and right. He is going to lay down justice. That was justice in Noah's time, was him sending rain and flooding the earth. He was blotting out from the face of the ground everything that was living. That was his judgment. And God's judgment is still coming. It's coming on us. And our only hope of salvation is Jesus Christ, trusting in him alone for our salvation to escape from the wrath of God. And notice here, every living thing is going to be killed. Every living thing is going to be blotted out. And whose fault is that? This is an attitude we need to change. Whose fault is it that every living thing is going to die? It is humans. fault. It is mankind's fault, because if you remember, the original mandate was that Adam and Eve, humans, were supposed to subdue the earth and to rule over the creation. And because they did not rule properly, because they filled the earth with violence instead of filling the earth with blessing and goodness, then this destruction came upon the things that they were responsible over. And so I wonder in your life, and I wonder in my life, what kind of destruction and harm is coming to people or coming to situations that we're supposed to be leading in, that we're supposed to be overseeing, that we're supposed to be taking the lead in. What kind of problems and destruction and heartaches happens because we're not doing what we're supposed to do? When we don't lead in the way that we're supposed to, when we don't oversee the responsibilities that God has clearly given to us, there is going to be heartache. And it's not only going to be your heart aching, it's not only going to be you facing problems, it's going to affect a lot of other people too. And I have found that oftentimes our mistakes affect far more people than we can ever imagine. And so think about that next time that you're trying to shirk your responsibility, that you're trying to procrastinate, that you don't do the thing that you're supposed to do. Realize that there are people that are banking on you, that are trusting in you to do what you need to do. And believe me, it doesn't matter what you do, it doesn't matter what your profession is. You have people that are depending on you to do the things that God has asked you to do. Just like every living thing is blotted out because human beings were not doing what they were supposed to be doing. But here, this is in contrast to who? Noah. Noah did all that the Lord had commanded him. And of course, all of the animals that were on the ark, they were spared, they were brought into the new world, and they were cared for by Noah, because Noah was a righteous man, he was a good man, he followed after the Lord, and he did all that the Lord had commanded. And as I've said in the past, I pray that that will be what we do, that we will be more often doing what God commands us to do, rather than not doing the things that the Lord has commanded us to do. I pray that that's been a blessing to you, and I will see you all in the next video.